are here and we're going to talk to SABO, the rebel street artist from LA, and what we did was we put out a notice at Big Dawg Music Radio as well as on our social media sites that we were going to be talking about SABO, talking to SABO, so you can learn more about the man behind the art, and we received a whole bunch of questions. So we're just going to start from the top, and the first question that we got was, could you tell us a little bit about where you came from and when did you start to be interested in art?
I came from South Texas, Louisiana, joined the Marines, came out to California. I wanted to study business, but someone turned me on to art. I guess as time progressed, I found out about the Art Center in Pasadena, and that's where I picked up art. And I would say that there's a lot of people out there that are far better artists than me, but I just happen to love politics, and the two just kind of married each other. And I was like, well, you know, and Lord knows I put my time in. So I don't know if that answers the question.
Absolutely. And now you were a Marine.
Yeah.
And so you've got that Marine mentality and take charge kind of guy, and you kind of taken the battle, that warrior spirit into the arts world. And I'm just going to ask a question that I have is, how have you been able to handle the attacks from the left?
Great. You know, the thing is, you can't take yourself too seriously. I know I come across mean and all this other kind of things, but it's like, I mean, the minute you start taking yourself too seriously and you're not self-defacing to some degree, it's just going to run you over. It'll be terrible, but they can attack me all they want. That only means I'm doing something right.
Absolutely. What is the saying? If you're not taking flack, you're not over the target? Something along those lines? I'm sure I messed that one up. All right, let's see. The next question from one of your fans is, who, where, or what are your biggest influences in your art?
I don't have any. I mean, you can look at Shepard Fairey or Banksy, or they're just street artists. And I hate even using the word street artist, because it's like, I just think more like guerrilla art. But as far as influences go, I mean, I could see that they can do a certain thing, and I said, hell, I could do that too. But I don't consider that an influence. I mean, I look at Duchamp from the Dada movement. I like the way he thinks. I like the way, just how certain artists thinks. But as far as like influencing art, nah, I don't think I have anyone. I do my own thing, yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, what convinced you that this is what you want to do for a living?
I got tired of what I was doing. I mean, I was the smartest broke guy in the world. I could design websites, I could do advertising, I could do all these things, but commercial art is just brutal. And you know, it just wasn't my thing. And one day I just said, screw this, I'm not doing this anymore, man. Burnt my resumes, and I said, I'm going to do political art from now on. And fortunately, it just kind of took off.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about how it took off. What was your turning point?
Well, actually, the turning point I can't talk about because I signed a contract saying I can't talk about it. But what branched off from that was a Ted Cruz poster that you see over there. And you know, that made me enough money to where I could, and believe me, I'm far from rich, but that made it to where I could like branch out and like actually spend a couple of bucks on a project. So then came Wendy Davis and other things. So
speaking of the Ted Cruz poster, and for those who don't know what we're talking about, you've been living in some shadow somewhere, because the Ted Cruz poster has gone viral, and it's an image of Ted Cruz with tattoos all over, and SABO had plastered them all over the place when he was visiting where?
I don't know. He's visiting from Texas, I guess. The Beverly Hilton or the Beverly Wilshire. Yeah, one of those places.
So tell us about why you decided to do that.
I don't know. I just kind of, I don't want to say something like I like the guy, because I don't particularly like politicians all that much. But I mean, he kind of always just stood out. I mean, and when you're pissing people off in Washington, you got to be doing something right. And he seemed to be doing that, and I don't know. I mean, if he wasn't doing that, there probably would have been no way I could have created this poster of him. So.
Well, you captured the essence of what he is doing in Washington, D.C. perfectly. He is taking attacks from the left, but also from the establishment, because he does buck the system. He is a rebel representative, which is what we need. Yeah. So, okay, so now once the poster went viral, how did you get to the point where he was able to meet with you and actually sign it?
Someone told me about a thing that was going on in town where he was going to be, and they said, "Hey, man, you're welcome to come." And that was an honor, because it's like these are usually closed meetings. And I figured, sure, and he had a bunch of my posters, or a couple of them, in the back, and that's where he signed them. To be quite honest with you, I wasn't expecting him to like take a picture with me, because I say some pretty rude things, and I mean there have already been people trying to like tie me to his hip, and it's like Ted Cruz had nothing to do with this poster. It's like the fact that he liked it, God bless him. I like that he liked it, but I didn't ask for his approval or his blessing.
Excellent. Okay, it's like I have questions of my own, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask the next one that we have here. At which point was it that you felt you've crossed the line from being an arts student to being a professional, and how did you do that? What did you do to get there? Wow, that was a mouthful.
It helps to get paid. I mean, even on my brokest time, I've always been an artist, and I like it when I've got friends. It's one thing to say, to dress and have colored hair and piercings and tattoos and saying, "Oh, I'm an artist," but it's another thing to actually, like, I don't know, create something and make a buck. And I like it when my friends would say, "Dude, you got it going on, man. It's like, this is what you do. You are an artist." And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I am." They're like, "Oh, I wait tables, but I do art on the side." So I said, well, then just start doing more art. So I guess that answers that question.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so how do you feel about street art in your current city or environment? Do you like it? How does your work stand out from the rest? And what is the best thing about creating art on the street, and what's the worst?
I hate the whole term street art. I mean, it's totally jumped the shark recently. It's like, it's became so mainstream and so passé. I would be doing this if there were no other street artists. How should you say? I kind of someone asked me why I do this. I'm like, because I can't afford a billboard. And it's like, and someone's not going to even rent me a billboard to do what I want to do, even if I had the money. So the fact that it's on the street, I guess by definition makes it street art. But I mean, if the people in LA know, they know that I've always kept my distance from that genre and those people and those parties. I'll let them do what they do. And once the genre blows away, I'm still going to be here.
Excellent. Now, I remember we spoke once before on our show, Off the Hook, and you talk about how quickly some of your pieces get taken down, but you've done a recent piece that is still up. Tell us about that one.
Oh, it's a piece of the Jordanian pilot that got burned in a cage by ISIS. I don't know. It's like, it's strange. Sometimes I can see a poster and I can tell when it's going to last. Usually color has something to do with it. I don't know, but I looked at it and it was so bold. It looked so nice. I kind of tripped out. Like 2 weeks later, the thing's still on the street and like immaculate. So that's the latest piece.
So did you intentionally put the word remember and break it up the way you did?
That was a fluke, but I do that with a lot of things that I do, but I don't know, maybe that was just subconscious. That was very powerful.
I think that piece really touched a lot of people. It really, it had a very powerful effect. It was understated, and it was not, it was not something that anybody could really criticize, the left or the right.
Yeah, I guess that's why they're still up.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so as commercial artists, what is the best tip that you would give for staying efficient?
I'm not sure what he means by efficient, but by being efficient.
Relevant, maybe?
Okay, to be efficient, get up and do your job, man. It's a job.
Right.
especially if you're your own boss. You know, try and save a buck. Figure out a way to save a buck. I mean, as far as being relevant goes, I don't know. There's a lot of people out there. I know some artists that do really crappy work, but they're always putting it out there. And people just see it, and after a while it just kind of grows on them. So I would say do what you want, but don't expect to make any money at it. Or at least, if you don't, still be happy that you're doing what you're doing and find some other way to make money. But hopefully you'll hit the mark in the right way. It helps to be a little different, but so.
Well, you definitely aren't lacking in that department, and that's a good thing, because you've made a real name for yourself. All right, what is the best career advice that you could give to budding and aspiring artists? You kind of almost said that.
Yeah, I'd say go into medicine, man, because that's a hell of a lot easier than art. Let me tell you, it's like, I mean, I've been broke forever, and I would say that the only thing that saved my ass was I embraced the internet, and I developed a following, and from that following came, you know, me reaching other people's ears. And I forget the question, but it's like the
best career advice that you
yeah, the best career advice is branch out. Don't be afraid of the internet. You know, and just do that.
Excellent. Okay, well, we're going to wrap this up, and I want to ask, why are you a conservative?
I'm not a conservative. I worked in the porn industry for 4 years. I don't care who you sleep with. It's not my business. I would think that I'm a keep your own mind, keep to yourself kind of a thing, kind of a guy. A constitutionalist. I believe in America. I believe in the documents. I would think that's what I am, and obviously the left doesn't give a damn about those ideals, so why would I be a Democrat? And the libertarians, they rarely stand a chance in hell, so why would I want to vote for them? And until they step up in a big way and make it possible, you know, I'm a Republican.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to ask one last question. As artists from Big Dawg Music Radio, would you say it would be in our best interest as musicians to write more controversial music?
Yeah, I can't even believe you would even ask me a question like that. It's like, you know, when I hear a band and they're a Christian rock band, or they're like a Christian punk rock band, or they're almost following the template that the left created for them. They're putting themselves in the box that the left created for them. It's like, I don't know if Bob Dylan said it, but someone said a good musician, a good poet, should be able to look at a doorknob and write a song about it. And it's like, our message is a great message. It's just always told the same boring ass way. For fuck's sake, man. It's like, expand yourself a little bit. And trust me, there's an entire half a country out there that's just aching to put money in your pocket. So just go for it.
All right, well, do you have any final words you'd like to say before we wrap it up?
No. No. Any final words? I just hope I'm alive this time next year, because I think I'm going to piss off a lot of people during this speech. But I mean, like important politicians. So you know, hopefully I'm not having drinks with Andrew Breitbart this time next year.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we don't want that to happen. All right, well, thank you so much for spending some time with us, and I know you're going to be speaking on the main stage in about an hour and a half or so?
I hope so.
You hope so?
Yeah.
All right, well, break a leg. Thank you very much. And that's about it. We've got live music, and this is our second year in a row. So if you happen to check out the video, you're going to be able to enjoy what Big Doggers are all about.